Welcome to another edition of the Gator Nation Football Podcast Film Breakdown. I'm your host, James DiVirgilio, and today we'll be looking at Florida's offense versus Tennessee's defense. This was the best game to date for Billy Napier as an offensive play caller, play designer, and coordinator. There's a lot of good stuff on this film. There's still some stuff I'd like to see changed, but all in all, a huge step forward. Anthony Richardson had a career day passing. There were a lot of open receivers, a lot of open plays, and a lot of opportunities for even more than what Florida got out of this game. If you've been watching all season, you have seen us look at a variety of plays we hoped to see run, and we saw almost all of them. We saw Anthony Richardson keeping his eyes downfield, rarely turning his back, something we know he's not super comfortable with. We saw mesh plays, we saw lots of spread, we saw wider splits, we saw more receivers, we saw more double moves, we saw a lot of stuff that is creating hope for the future based upon what the film says. Of course, each and every week I'll walk you through what happened with Florida's football game. The film never lies, it does tell the story, and the story it told against Tennessee was certainly a good one. As always, if you like this content, you can follow us on social media. You can support the channel by dropping us a dono on Patreon, and you can check out our podcast each and every Monday where we bring you in-depth analysis on the Florida Gators. Let's hop right into this film, starting with play one. As always, I'm going to show you probably far too many plays in this one. I know I keep saying I'm going to make them shorter, but there was just so much stuff in this one. I think that illustrated that Napier does, of course, have the potential to do a lot more with this offense than what Florida fans had seen up until now. So I felt it important to tell that story because that's the story the film told me. So here we go. Let's begin this study by looking at the first play of the game. We tend to look at the first play of the game each week because it gives you a chance to see what the defense is going to respect and what they are going to not respect. We had talked about, obviously, in the tease of this video, how Florida was hopefully going to incorporate a bunch of different things in this game, things that suited Anthony Richardson well, and things that also suit Florida with where this football team is well at this point. And that is exactly what happens. We see an RPO right out of the gate. We haven't seen a ton of these here for Florida. Louisiana did run them quite a bit. Not as many for Florida. I do think this game plan, this particular game, was the best that Napier put out there. And right out of the gate, we're going to see this on display. Shorter is going to just run a simple slant route here. And Tennessee is going to load up like every other team has in the box. We're going to play 7 in the box. And then as they did for most of the game, they're going to play a lot of man, sometimes zone. But they're coming in here to stop the run on first down. We're going to suck all these linebackers in with this play fake. And then Shorter's going to create some space here. Easy ball for Richardson on time. Nice delivery. And we're moving the chains on the very first play. Teams have been bringing nickel blitzes or pressure to AR's right side as we've displayed on our previous film studies. And Tennessee, of course, is going to do the same thing here. Florida was ready for this game, and we progressed our play calling throughout the game to attack this. Early on, Florida's going to attempt a run that would work. We have redshirt freshman here, Barber, who's going up against Byron Young, number 6 for Tennessee. You're going to see him all over this film study. He was an absolute beast, generating all sorts of problems for Florida's offensive line no matter where he lined up, and he does so here. Throughout this film breakdown, what you're going to see is Florida's offensive line generally has every single player doing something right, but one player unable to win their matchup. Not that they did something wrong, but they were unable to win their matchup, and you're going to see that on display here. This game could have been very different on offense in the run game had things gone perfectly, but this is good progression from the offensive line. You're not always going to execute perfectly, especially with Florida playing a lot of young players new to the system, but this is a perfect wall off here. We're trying to create a hole right here. Everything so far looks really nice, except Barber's just going to lose this matchup right there, and that's going to cause Naquan to be unable to hit this hole, which if he can, you're going to see Torrance come out here and get this block, and now this becomes a quick 5-yard gain. Again, one player can make a big difference. You see him force Naquan here, and this play instead goes for a loss. But we're one play away there. Barber has been playing very, very well for a redshirt freshman. Certainly that's going to happen. He loses the battle there, and Florida takes a loss on first down. 2nd and 12 for Florida now, since CBS is using the All-22. We can use the All-22 as well. I get tons of questions on the ability to use the All-22. The All-22 is only available to coaches and programs. It is not publicly available. You cannot buy it and you cannot use it publicly. That's why you don't see anyone doing it. And if somebody does start doing it, their channel or where they're putting it will definitely get shut down with a cease and desist. So this stuff has to stay private. However, when the media uses it like this does become publicly usable. So certain plays can be used. That's just to clear up the All-22. It's great when we have it because obviously I'm able to see this and use this. I draw on the screen for you. But in this case here, we can see the entire play. Now, Florida's been struggling to generate big plays out of their pistol set, especially when they want to send just 2 receivers out like we are here. Now, I want to talk about this first. We mentioned this again in the tease to this video. We've been following this. We said on the podcast this week, we expected to see more of this, where Richardson's eyes stay down the field rather than having his back turn away, which I think he's really struggling with identifying the coverage afterwards. And generally, he's just not comfortable with that. He's very comfortable when he gets to keep his eyes downfield. He actually generally tends to be a very good reader of the football field. It's something we have been basically following since the first day he sat on campus and the first pass he threw against Oklahoma in the bowl game. It's one reason why we've been high on him on the podcast. Being a very talented passer, I think a lot of people have underrated him, but Billy Napier set him up for success in this game by doing things I think that he was more comfortable with. Now, we've run plays like these all year. We just tended to run a lot more of them, especially early. So we're going to see that. The only problem here is Tennessee is ready for this, just like everyone else has been. Teams are rotating their safety down to come help with the run, knowing that they're comfortable that Ricky's not going to beat them over the top. Ricky Pearsall's not going to be over the top. So he can then see it's not run, settle in here, and we are 2-on-1 bracketed, and we're covering the check down. You're going to watch AR read this out. He's going to read this out perfectly. He's going to read here. He's got nothing. He's going to read here. He's got nothing. He's going to read check down. He's got nothing. He's going to throw it away. That's perfect quarterbacking, great decision-making, just not a good play. Thankfully, we're going to see a bunch of much better plays, and Florida's finally going to connect on their downfield shots from play action. All right, 3rd and 12 from Florida, Tennessee here, playing the pass. Florida converted or at least gained significant yards on most of their 3rd downs in this game. Was a big reason why they were able to be successful on this particular one. Nothing is going to be open here. This is going to be gone. That's going to be gone. That's going to be gone. And you're going to have a little safety route coming across here, your check down route coming across from Zipperer, which is going to be open, but that is going to be covered with your waiting zone defenders to come down and make a tackle. So AR is going to do everything right here. Once again, eyes downfield. He's reading what he does well. Reads the safeties first. Read the safeties first. Take a look at what pictures you're seeing. Look left, right? Foot hits, drive. If there's a throw available, now take it. There isn't one. Keeping eyes downfield. He's not looking here. Again, here's Byron Young, a guy we said was going to show up all over this film review. Eyes still downfield. Eyes still downfield. Okay, now I got to tuck it. Make a play, right? Almost gets the first down. So very nice job here from AR. Taking the most from this play, another good decision from him early on. The routes from Florida on this play, undesirable. Something we've been seeing a lot of is just not great route combinations. Again, on this film review, we're going to see better ones, but early on, not great combos there. Florida struggling to get open. Florida converts their first 4th down with a quarterback sneak from Richardson, and then they're going to design a really nice play. Something to focus on throughout this game and really throughout the rest of the season is how teams want to cover Florida. We've said they have been not respecting Florida's receivers at all. Florida's going to get basically a 2-by-2 look here with Tennessee going to play straight up numbers-wise, and they're going to shade the safety over the top to guard shorter and then load the box to stop the run. So they're trying to advantage themselves against the run. No surprise if you followed Florida for any amount of time this season. Every team is doing that. Florida had been unable to punish teams doing that until this game. And early on, Billy's getting a feel for how Tennessee wants to defend them. And this is going to be important to remember for later because Florida is going to hurt Tennessee based upon these two tendencies you see here. But for right now, we have a really nice play design. We're going to bring Xanders across the formation here. We're going to look like we're running a split zone play. He's going to actually come out, and then Shorter's going to come in here to block the end. And you're going to see a really nice run design here for AR. Here's the zone read. Great mesh point. We're going to suck in the defender. Take a look at the edge defender. He's going to lose this. He's gone. And now we have Xanders coming out here. And now we're going to get a backside block here. Create a nice hole for AR to run through right here and into the safety. Really nice play design there on 2nd and 7 from Florida. And a success. All right, 1st and 10 here. Florida's going to take advantage of this blitzing nickel. Again, teams doing this a lot, really trying to make sure they load up against the run, generally playing safer on the back end, minimizing a big play shot, knowing Florida likes to take vertical shots. One thing I'd like to see Florida do is actually cut out a lot of these play fakes in these situations. You don't need them. You can easily, if teams are going to be doing this on film and putting their tendencies out there where they're just coming downhill straight away, is you can just execute this fake much quicker. This does not need to be such a long mesh. And I say that because if we can get this ball out right here, if he's ready to throw, you can start hitting these windows here. These quick sort of off the line looks in the seam where you can hit it beneath this defender, picking up a quick 5 yards, which will then hold these nickel defenders or these linebackers from just shooting in to play the run, and it will cause the defense to play slower. I'd like to see Florida incorporate that. You're not going to see that on film. You are going to see a successful play here, though. So we have this long play fake. AR is going to slide up in the pocket nicely, create a little window for himself. And again, this is a tricky throw here. Create a window for himself, deliver a nice pass to the outside shoulder of Henderson. And now this is the benefit of spreading the field out. Something we wanted to see Florida do more is now we have space for an athlete to make a play, and Henderson's going to make that play, and a simple 3-yard play is going to go for 15 or 16. And one more time, take a look at the splits here. Florida frequently on last week's film was playing splits that were this narrow, and now we've moved it out to here. And this extra spacing is going to cause these 3 players to have to cover more distance. And when you do that, you create more space for your athletes. And that's exactly what Florida should be doing more often, I think, with Anthony Richardson, to take advantage of his talent and also to take advantage of the fact that Florida's tight ends are not necessarily fearsome pass catchers. Teams do not fear them or respect them, in which case they're not really too worried about Florida hitting them here. Regardless, if you followed my channel for any amount of time, you know that I strongly prefer spreading the field out further east-west. Tennessee, of course, does a great job of this with their offense. Florida did employ this tactic very successfully in this game against Tennessee, and I hope to see it continue more in the future. All right, now we're back to a play I don't love. Florida's going to run the short side of this field screen again. There's 2 reasons why I don't love this play. One, I'd like to see Florida be more aggressive when they get looks like this, especially knowing that he is most likely not going to drop back. Of course, he could sometimes, but you want to make teams stop keying on the run. And one of the best ways to do that is to simply, again, do the same route we just showed you with Ricky, but now you can do it with your tight end zipperer here. And if you just have him running the same quick read route, snap is here, ball is here, you're taking 5 yards and getting to the safety, right? You're forcing them to have to guard this part of the field quickly. Florida has yet to put that on film, and instead we're going to go for yet another short side of the field screen. Henderson is going to start late here. Is this on purpose? Certainly could be. Either way, the timing is off. By the time he looks for the ball, he doesn't even see it. It's here, it's incomplete. This play's not going to be going anywhere anyway. It's numbers disadvantaged. I don't like it. I know the idea here is you're trying to use this sort of as a run. You're trying to spread the field east-west, but again, I think much better plays can be done. If teams want to defend you 3-on-3 on this side of the field, take advantage of this, especially with Florida's offensive line generally being a very good pass-blocking unit. Take advantage of these and take some deeper shots, take some deeper routes, run some of these quick game shots in here to bring the safety up, which then allows you to do a whole bunch of combinations here to take advantage of the space you leave behind it. 3rd down and 9, this play is going to show why Montrell right now is the best zone runner on this football team. He has a great feel for the cutback. Tennessee is going to leave themselves with a light box on 3rd and 9, meaning Florida is going to catch them here by surprise with this run play. So great call by Napier. Typical jet sweep motion from Xavier Henderson. That's going to cause the rip Liz, where we're going to have the safety come down here on the left side. His right side, our left side, and then he's going to take his spot. By doing that, Florida's going to create this space here they want to get into by moving him with this action. Again, if we keep him here, he's in the play window. If we move him out, now we're going to get this rotation, and that's going to leave space that we want to get into. This play is going to work well, except Tennessee's going to do a nice job knowing Florida wants to run wide zone here, and he's going to turn the offensive lineman's shoulders, exactly what he should do, to turn this play back to the inside where he has help. One of the best things about zone is obviously Garage's job is to make sure that he is simply going to rip this here and hold rip technique and just hold the line so that we create a 2-way gap outside and then cut back. If you watch the Broncos with Terrell Davis anytime back in the 90s, you saw this play a lot, and Montrell is great at this. Great feel and timing for this cutback. Perfectly timed. Now Florida's sealed this off entirely. They can't make the play. Here we go through the cutback, and he turns a play that's going to be nothing into something, allowing Florida to go for it on 4th and short after a 3rd and 9 play. Florida went for it a lot in this game on 4th down. If you're a fan of analytics, we talk about this in the podcast a lot. The expected value of going for it on 4th down is certainly higher in general than kicking field goals. When you're playing a team that you expect to score on you a lot, your goal is to maximize your points per possession. So if Tennessee is going to score, let's say, 4 points per possession, you have to equal that if you want to beat them. Therefore, Florida can't just kick field goals. Of course, you can make an argument, first drive on the road here to kick a field goal. But what I like to look at on film here, my analysis is the play call good, right? And with the Kentucky game, of course, I talked about how I didn't like Florida going for it on 4th downs in those situations because at that point in time, Florida's offense was really struggling. I would have rather pushed the game and kept the momentum and the pressure on Kentucky to make a play. In this scenario early on, we're going to see if this is a good play. Now, when I was in the stadium, sitting 70 rows up watching, I did not like this play, but this is why film review is really, really good. This is actually a very good play call that should have worked and could have been a touchdown, but Anthony Richardson is going to run the play incorrectly. He does this on several occasions here with the run, but let's look at what the design here is. It's a split zone play. We're going to come here and kick out, create a really nice gap here. This is where this play should be going. If the play does go here, we've got a potential for a touchdown or at least a very easy 1st down. Instead, Richardson is going to void his responsibility here because he is going to see what looks like a gap right here, which is fine, but that's not where the play is going. We know this because you can see the offensive line creating this wall here, driving them here, right? Driving them here. Now, of course, you can use this gap. This could be your cutback gap, but the primary play gap is definitely here following split zone. If he does what he should do here, which is hit this, we're in business. And you can see here comes Barber checking out to the outside. There's Barber. He's going to get a block here, or at least a touch. Richardson's going to come through this hole, and we're going to be in business. Instead, you get a nice gap fill here from Tennessee. Richardson then tries to come back to this, but gets stuck against his own offensive line, and then this play gets thwarted. That's really unfortunate for a lot of reasons. Obviously, Florida would have been able to successfully convert this 1st down. Let's take a look from the eye in the sky. You'll see what I'm talking about right here. There is the gap fill. Here's the gap fill, but here is where this play is going. Again, watch this closely. Here is where this play is going. If Richardson takes this play like he should, counter step here, sell that you're going here, come through here, he's got one man that's going to get blocked right here, and if he beats him, this could be a touchdown. This is a good play call by Napier. It's not good execution by Florida. Again, you want to be running through this gap right here because Richardson sees what he thinks is a little eye candy here. The play is not designed to go there. Again, it could go there, right? If Tennessee sells out and comes here, he has this. But as soon as he gets this ball, Richardson's eye should be in the 1st gap here. This is the primary gap, 1st gap here. And if that is filled, that's full. That's not going to be there. Then you know you're taking your cutback here and you're taking your split zone block here. So I like this play call. This play call could have been a big play call, could have been a touchdown. And imagine how you would have felt, of course, if Florida had scored on this play. The most important thing about film review is to see if the play calls are good. You want the coaches' calls to be good, and you want the players, especially in year 1, week 4, to struggle to execute at times as they learn to trust the coach's system and the coach's calls and to do the right thing all the time, to simply do their job. AR, of course, is only going to get better. Seeing this on film is only going to help him. It's sucky for Florida that we get stopped here, but this play call is sound. And again, it would have led to a potential big play on 4th and 2. So I'm going to consider this a success for a play call and a failure for execution. All right, 1st and 10, Florida. Nothing here. Tennessee just fumbled, and we're going to see, again, this same action, right? So Tennessee's going to keep their safety over top of Shorter, who's right here, and he's going to play aggressively against the run. They're going to rotate back into a cover 3. This is what Kentucky did a ton of against Florida, and Florida struggled with it. Now we are going to run a cover 3 beater at the exact right time. This is what you want to see. Little whip out here from Henderson, and then you're going to send Ricky deep, and that is going to be what you want to do because you know that this corner is going to bail to pick up Ricky on the smash concept, and you know that because you're spread out wide here, again, wide splits, very important, wide splits create this linebacker or nickel cannot get over here to get to Henderson in time. Again, I think here we don't have to go with this play fake. You don't need to fake this linebacker. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference, right? You can go with it. It's fine, but it is going to slow down since you know teams are sending so much edge pressure at you very often. I think sometimes you can just run this in quick game without the play fake. Regardless, I like play faking, by the way. It's generally a great idea. But teams are playing this so aggressively with AR, especially when he rolls to his right side. This becomes tricky, and he's going to make a great play here, right? This is a fantastic throw. He's running backwards. He has to make this throw accurately here to Henderson. Throws an absolute dime, again, catching him on the outside shoulder, allowing him to make a move on the oncoming defender with space. Henderson obliges and takes another short throw for a first down. That's too early on in the game. Florida has hit. Very, very nice. After a short run on first down, it's now 2nd down and 9. We get the all-22 view again. We keep chronicling essentially how Florida's been unable to hit these deep plays and how we want more double moves. We need more complexity. We need to do something different rather than just run these plays to where it looks like AR is going to be. We also want to keep AR in the center of the field. It gives him more options rather than rolling him out on some of these play action plays. But here's an example of some of what we had talked about again at the top of this show is he's going to keep his eyes downfield. We're still executing a play fake, but he's going to keep his eyes in the read window. He's much more comfortable with this than turning his back on this fake and then resetting. Hopefully he'll get better at that skill. It's a skill you need as a quarterback. But right now, early on, let's keep him comfortable. And this is where he is indeed comfortable. Opens up, now he's going to read the safety. What coverage do I have? Here's the check down, right? Something we've struggled with. Here comes our 2 routes, something we've not been able to hit. And now we're going to see what happens. Tennessee has seen this a lot on film, and they are pretty confident this play is coming over here, which we've seen teams do each and every week, and they have just soaked this up and shut this down. But Florida's going to throw a nice wrinkle at him. Ricky's about to break his man off here to the corner, and Shorter's about to absolutely kill both of these guys to be even more open. But AR here is just looking to see what his first breaker is open on this, and it is going to be Ricky. Take a look at the hard right foot plant here. Bingo, head fake. And we're off, right? He's going to have to hold him here, which is not called, but could have been called, should have been called. He's going to hold him here coming out of this break, but he's got tons of grass now to run to, and I'm going to focus on Shorter in a second. Don't worry, you're going to see he's wide open. I'm going to finish the play. Here comes Ricky, head around. AR, clean pocket. Great job by the offensive line. Standing still and dropping a dime. I mean, this window became small thanks to the hold. Ricky does not have, Parasol does not have a ton of breakaway speed. It's one of the knocks against him, obviously. He creates separation, but he's not going to run away from you. And that is a fantastic catch, fantastic play. Now let's rewind this and watch Shorter. Take a look at what Shorter does here. Great technique. He knows he wants to go here, but he's got to sell that he's coming here. So what is he going to do? He's going to turn his head. Here we go. We're going to turn your head here. Now we're going to open up here with our helmet, moving the safety this way, moving him this way. Now he's going to turn back because he thinks the ball might be coming. He wants to take a peek. Here he is, wants to take a peek, taking a peek, losing contact, safety moving over. Guess where Shorter's going? Here, right? So this guy's now going to go swimming. He's going to take a little freestyle swim. He's out of the play. The safety's out of the play. If Ricky doesn't beat his man so badly, this ball actually goes to Shorter for an easier throw and an even bigger gain. But again, no problem here. You're going to take your first open man on that play, but a nice wrinkle from Florida, running essentially a double post corner, getting a double move here with a post corner type look. Not truly post corners, but the same kind of concept. This works well for Florida. It's the first time we have seen them connect on a big play like this all season. Nice to see it. Florida will connect more as we move through this film review. All right, 1st and 10 now for Florida. Trevor Etienne in the game. We're going to see Ethan White get beat here into the gap, but he's going to maintain just enough coverage that Etienne can slide around him and then maximize this play here. Nice footwork. Takes this for a nice gain. Now, I'm showing you this play not because of that. It's a pretty basic inside zone run play. I'm showing this because of how Tennessee is defending this again. Ultra aggressive. Now, thanks to this Home Depot ad and the changeover from the previous All-22 camera, we don't see that this defender was here. He's going to slide here, and he's going to play the edge, which, of course, so many teams are doing against Florida. This is another example of why running an RPO here would just be so simple, right? You could have either one of these do this. You can have Shorter run this and Zipper stay here, or vice versa, but you're 2-on-1ing this corner with a safety who's dropping back. So pull this ball back out. AR stands tall, and again, you can 2-on-1 this guy. So let's imagine that Zipper does this go route and Shorter stays. If the corner goes at all with your go route, then you strike it down here. If the corner sits and hesitates, then you throw it right here on this rail shot up the sideline. An easy RPO, an easy 2-on-1, putting this corner in conflict, making defensive coordinators less aggressive against the run. opening up your run game. Florida has not shown a lot of that yet, or any of that yet this season. I hope to see it more as we move on, but for now, a nice gain on first down. 2nd and 1 here. Florida's going to run some tempo. Florida with 3 receivers with 2 defenders, a late one to get here. Florida could have done a lot on this play. They're going to opt for the simple play, but still a nice play. Here comes again number 6, Byron Young. Florida's going to get him good here with his fake to Trevor Etienne. Nice play fake. We've said that Anthony Richardson is very good at running the zone read. He has an excellent mesh with that ball. He's really good at faking it. It's often why teams do that scrape exchange to bring someone else there. You don't just want to let your defensive end read this, as Richardson will hurt you. In Florida's offensive line, if they have the numbers, which they have here, take a look at what Tennessee's playing back. They're playing safe on 2nd and 1. They don't want Florida to take a shot. Easy pickup. AR's out, and you got to believe, of course, if he's not at 75%, he's probably trying to make something else happen here, but he wisely keeps himself healthy and gets the first down. Florida had a lot of options on that play, which again is what you want to see. You want to see open receivers, you want to see confused defenses, you want to see easy conversions. All right, 3rd and 9 for Florida. Florida's going to basically send quads out here by sending ETN in motion, and they're going to get a 4-on-4 on this side. Now, typically you like to work the 4-on-4 side because you know the safety wants to help shorter. I'd like to see some different route combinations here that allow for that. Florida's been fine settling with these fade routes to shorter. I love matchup offense. Matchup offense is really important. But what I love more than that, especially in the college game, is using play design or using routes, and especially if you can use some bunch routes here where you can get some action where you're going to, give the defense a lot to think about, make them move through it, or even easier, attack zones, right? Right here you can see that Tennessee's sitting in a 2 high. This could be cover 2 or could be cover 4. The quarterback can read the corners and how they start, whether it's 2 or 4, and you can run beaters on this. Instead, Florida's content here to just run basically a bubble to Trevor Etienne with 3 blockers and just take this side away. It's not going to go there. They're just going to run this one-on-one. Now in the NFL, oftentimes your best option is to take your one-on-one matchup because obviously teams are much more sound at how they play zone, how they mix up their post-snap rotations, just in general how they cover you. But in college, that's one reason why Tennessee's offense is so successful. You can pretty much just take teams to the woodshed if you're able to easily read what they're going to rotate into post-snap and then call some plays to beat them. So is matchup offense wrong? No. Florida doesn't exactly have a dude who's able to just go up and get the ball every single time or create a lot of separation, so that makes it a little less desirable, and Florida's not been hitting this. So on 3rd down and 9, from this yard line, this play seems undesirable given the look that we have. AR is going to go ahead and take this ball as Byron comes through here, beating Garage. Again, Garage is a really good left tackle. Easily gets cast aside there by 6. This ball has got to be thrown. If you're going to run this, and that's the big thing, if you're going to run this kind of play, you know the safety can't get there. You have got to let Shorter make a play. Now, I'm sure if Napier's in the film room, he's going to say something that's completely true, which is that once this defender's back is turned like it is now, he's no longer a defender. He's not playing defense anymore. He's along for the ride. If you put this ball short, to the back shoulder, up high, any point where Shorter is able to turn and play the ball, this defender cannot see it. He's likely to get pass interference, and if the ball's good enough, Shorter's likely to catch it. It goes from far beyond a 50-50 ball in this situation. This is actually probably a 70-30 ball. Unfortunately, AR just misses his target, doesn't give Shorter a chance to make a play. We've seen this before. It's a tricky pass, but for AR, he would do well once he sees the defender turn his back like this. He would do well to underthrow these balls into a window where Shorter can get it rather than trying to drop it in over the top. Let Shorter go play this ball on the back shoulder or, again, behind him some to generate a PI or be able to just basically take advantage of a defender that is not looking. So I don't dislike this play call. I simply keep saying on film review, I think Florida can do more to perhaps get an easier look than just a matchup one-on-one. Nothing wrong with matchup one-on-ones, but again, you got to be putting on film that you can hit those a lot to make that worth it on 3rd and 9. Florida takes a shot here, doesn't hit it. They wind up settling for a field goal attempt, which we miss. This is one of my favorite play calls of the game, and it's not going to go for anything material on your television screen, but off the screen, good things are going to happen. You're going to get Shorter running a very similar post corner to which we saw earlier, and then you're going to get a dig route, really like a post-dig route that comes here, and you're going to get Xavier Henderson motioning and staying over here. So why do I like this play so much if we don't go anywhere? I'll tell you why. One, let's look at what we're doing with our splits, right? We are now we're creating more width on the field. We're forcing Tennessee to come all the way over here and defend this. And when you spread this out, it becomes very clear for how Tennessee is defending this. At this point in time, Tennessee has 2 defenders here versus our 3. This is 2 versus 3. There's a single high safety sitting way up here on this side of the hash, right? Now he can rotate over, but this is what you want to see. A lot of space, 3-on-3, a super strong armed quarterback who can make this kind of throw with ease. This is going to put pressure on the defense. It's also going to clarify what's happening in the box. Again, Tennessee does this stuff on almost every play, and I love it with their offense. I'd like to see Florida do more. We're doing it here. It's why I like it. Now, what happens on this play? We're going to execute the play fake. We got a nice pocket. We're going to build the pocket here. Why are we building the pocket here? Because all of our routes are going this way. We're going to build this pocket right here. I want you to just focus on Xavier Henderson here, and I want you to focus on the dropping corner. Teams know that Florida wants to hit. Here goes your 2 routes. If you see 2 routes going out, you know it's going deep. Florida's rarely been hitting this check down on time, so just ignore it. That's what's going to happen here. You get a bailing corner. You get a bailing linebacker. Here he's going to turn back around here. But what you have now is on 2nd and 10, you have a check down right here that's going to be an easy first down or more with Henderson, who's already made guys miss. AR is going to open up here. Again, take a look at what he's doing, right? He's keeping an eye on the field. Watch. Eye on the field, does not turn his back. He likes this action much better. Sets the right foot. Now, right now, do you see anything you like? No. Instead of staying in the pocket, he's going to open. This is wrong. This is not a good play by AR. He's going to open to where he doesn't have anybody going. Open up. Poor decision here from AR. And then he's going to choose to just roll out and run. All he needs to do here is stick the right foot. Great pocket. Stick the right foot. I don't like these reads. He's going to seal off my dig. My corner's sealed off because the corner dropped. Oh, this is really easy. Who am I reading here? AR should be opening up, reading the single high safety, reading the corner. If that corner bails, which he did, this ball comes right here. Wham. Now, if he wants to go Kyle Trask mode, he can stare at this corner even longer as he bails to give himself an even better check down throw for his receiver. But he's going to look at this, decide it's not going to be there, which it is not going to be there. And then instead of just zipping this here and taking a big gain, he's going to roll out here and take a few yards. So a nice play design, could have been an easy first down pickup. Not perfect execution there from AR, but something he's going to see on film, something I know he'll get more comfortable with. But I love the play design there from Napier. 3rd and 6 now for Florida. Florida's going to get both tight ends incorporated into this game with a simple double out concept running off the corner. Again, a good decision here against teams that want to play a lot of cover 3. When you see this alignment here, this is almost certainly going to be cover 3 pre-snap. Again, in college football, a lot of times air raid can be very successful because teams, unlike in the NFL, are going to just tell you what they're doing. And you can run some very simple coverage beaters to beat that. And that's what Florida's going to do here. They know that Tennessee likes to play zone on these downs. They also know that Tennessee probably wants to bring some pressure. And then Florida's going to just overload this side with a little flood and beat it. Now, I don't love the double out route combo. I think you're far better off again running these slot goes or these seam goes. Why? Because imagine instead of running a seam go here with Xanders and then with a Zipperer and then Xanders is running this out route, you're high-lowing them. This corner has to turn and run. He's playing cover 3. He's got to go with the guy who goes. And now you're having this linebacker chase your tight end into this window, and this is a big gain rather than a little gain, and you still have your check down route here. This sort of is not really accomplishing a whole lot. He can tackle both of these guys on this particular play. Florida does get the first down, has good protection, and I'll take it. However, again, I think there's more opportunity for Florida to hit these seam windows. These seam windows are there. I would like to see Florida attack them more in the future. All right, 2nd and 10 for Florida. We're going to get a motion here from Xanders across the field, and then we're going to have a nice just center run here, send Naquan out, kind of give him a little eye candy, create a little space here for what we want. Just a nice right up the gut run here. Great job by the O-line, sealing this off. Unblocked man's not going to catch AR. A's through the hole, and we're going to pick up a nice 8-9 yards on this play. Really easy execution, but I'm showing you this play because of what's going to be on this play, hopefully, in the future as Florida builds out its complexity. So what can Florida do in these situations? Again, motioning over. What do we have here? We have 3 on 2 on maybe 3, and this could be your 4th, right? Now let's see what happens post-snap. Here's your snap. We know teams like to do this. Florida needs to start punishing this kind of defensive action more severely, and here's exactly an easy way to do it. Now Florida, right, has 4v3. We're 4v3 here. This is a good setup to pass the ball. We know that shorter's over here, and the safety wants to stay on shorter. If teams want to keep doing this, Florida must punish them. Here's your simple way. Let's send a hitch right here. Hitch is going to occupy this linebacker, and now we can 2-on-1 this corner, right? Easy way to do this, we can send a go here. We can send a wheel right behind him. We're going to 2-on-1 this corner, and now you have your check down here in Naquan Wright. Let's play this out in real time. If the corner chooses to let this go route go to the safety will pick that up. He then has to make a decision as to whether he's going to run with this wheel route or stay here with Naquan Wright. If he bails with the wheel route, then you've got your double clear outs. You have an easy throw to an athletic running back here in the backfield, and he is going to pick up a bunch of yards. If the corner wants to stay down and play this flat route, then you have the rail route over here for a big gainer. Very simple play, super easy to read, all on one side, can be done quickly. Again, this is a nice play from Florida here, but I think there's opportunities now on film for Florida to start attacking teams in the future, especially if they want to keep bringing these same linebacker and nickel blitzes, basically abandoning their pass defense against the Gators. So either way, nice gain, but there's a lot of opportunity for more, and I'm sure Napier is going to get creative attacking it here in the future, or at least we certainly can hope so. All right, 4th and 1 from Florida. Obviously, Florida's game plan was to go for it on 4th down a lot. Like we mentioned earlier, what you want to see if you're going to go for it on 4th down a lot is, are your plays good? If you're getting guys open, great. Keep going for it on 4th down. Your offense is working. You just got to execute, right? And Florida is obviously going to keep doing that. They went 5 for 6 and really should have went 6 for 6 on 4th down, as we talked about. Nice play design here. Again, you're going to get shorter, basically running this kind of skinny corner route here, really just a seam go, if you will. Then you're going to get Zipper coming across here, and then you're going to get a little flat route from Xanders. So both tight ends incorporated. We're in the 11 personnel, something Florida has not taken advantage of yet. 12 personnel, not taken advantage of yet here with 2 tight ends as much as Napier did at Louisiana. This has not been super comfortable from AR, but they're doing something I really wanted to see Florida do more often, which is put AR under center when we're running play action. Under center play action is much more advantageous than from the pistol when it comes to pulling in linebackers and selling the run and creating space in the middle of the field. So I like that we did this. I was happy to see this, and this play design is excellent, except for one thing, which we're going to show you right now. We're going to execute the play fake here. There's your play fake. Very nice. We're going to pull them in. Again, Tennessee is going to bring both defenders in, just like you'd expect them to, because nobody wants to let AR roll out to his right. Here comes the problem I have with this play, is I'd like us instead to set right here. And if we do set right here, this play is going to be a touchdown to Shorter, who's completely unguarded. Instead, we're going to have to roll out, and AR is now going to have to beat him. Now, if you're asking yourself, wait a minute, he's coming downhill quickly at you. Well, that is correct. He is coming downhill quickly, right? He's coming downhill quick. But if AR is just going to run this play fake and then set right here, you can even have him set over here if you want, right? You can chip this like we're doing. But you want to have him set somewhere in here so that he's able to set his feet quickly, whip the hips around, and then make his reads. Now, regardless, we're going to roll this out to the right. AR is going to have to now take a play that was completely wide open down the field. You got Xanders wide open. You have Shorter open for a touchdown. He's got to make a hero play here to avoid that and then complete an easy pass for the first down. All right, now, we're going to get a quick look here from the end zone cam. Napier is excited, as he should be, but this play is a really, really good play. I'd like to see us set right here, right? Set right here. Execute the play fake, sit right here. If we do, this is a touchdown to Shorter. That's absolutely a layup touchdown. Instead, he's got to now beat him, and I want to pause it right here. This is Zipper, he's wide open. This is Xanders, he's wide open. The only defender left, the corner, is now way underneath this route to Shorter. He's not covering him either. We have all 3 players open. That's a very successful 4th down. AR has to beat this guy first to make that happen. He does and takes the easy money first. So really, really nice work there by AR. Nice execution. Again, I love the play design. I think Florida would do well to roll AR out less to the right side and start making a pocket for him somewhere in the middle, or at least where they think the pressure is not going to be coming from based upon film study, and hit these teams for bigger plays, forcing them to come out of sending so many players at the edge. It will be to Florida's great advantage to force teams not to be able to play so much edge pressure, keeping AR in the pocket. All right, 1st and 10 for Florida, and we are about to see their first passing touchdown of the season, right? Something you want to see, I want to see. Here we go. Play fake. Again, AR, watch him. Head, still downfield, right? No more of the turn on this play action. We're going to still run this with our head downfield so we can immediately do what he does best. This is when he's at his best. He is a very good reader of the football field. We have seen that not be good in the previous 2 games and against Utah He was solid against zone, poor against man, but in this regard, he was much better, and you can really just tell by the quarterback's cadence what he's comfortable with. It's one of the reasons why we talked about him not being comfortable. Is look how he gets into his break. Good, strong right foot plant here to climb this pocket, find himself a sliver of space, then slide here, and this is excellent footwork, then have to be an athlete here. Keep your head up, right? Head up, bam, head up, locate, stick an absolute laser in there to Zipperer, who makes one guy miss, runs over another guy, spin move, touchdown. That's filth. It's a great play by Zipperer. Sideline's excited, Richardson's excited, Napier's excited. Tennessee fans are not excited, right? Look at her. She is not having a good time right there. And Heupel's like, you got to be kidding me. They're passing the ball on us. That's their first passing touchdown of the season. You know that? That's their first one. They can't pass. That's ridiculous, right? Napier, yeah, man, we can throw some touchdown passes around here. We're feeling good. Week 4, first touchdown pass. We got this going. Let's see exactly what happened here from the end zone cam. Here's your play action. Watch AR's helmet. Bing. Right away, he's already looking. Again, previous times we've had him turning on this, perhaps, in the pistol, and then sitting. He loses eye control of where the safeties are. So right away here comes the menace, number 6. He's an absolute menace. Great block from Montrell. Not only is he a great running back, he's going to help out here because Xanders does not get a good pass off. He realizes he's in trouble here. Montrell saves the day. AR is able to climb, and here comes that cover 2 rail route we've talked about. If the corner sits down low, this throw is here, and a cover 2, the middle is also open. Florida's running a post, which you want to see as a cover 2 beater. Tennessee's adjusting by running a Tampa 2, where they're going to send their linebacker deep into the middle, take away this throw, which they did, but this ball is here. If we have a clean pocket, AR is able to stick this ball here already early, but we can't because we're moved off the spot. He saw that, knew that was there. Now he's just trying to run, right? Here he's just trying to run. He's checking out here, but he's really trying to get out of here. And then as he comes around here, he's going to have his eyes still downfield. He still sees the corner sitting. Right now he knows he has this throw. Load up, deliver it, use your arm strength, and then let Zipperer here just do the rest. Nope. Definitely no. Nope. End zone. Really, really good stuff from Florida and something you love to see on film. 2nd and 10, a guy I'd like to see get more involved here is Trent Whittemore. I think he's a very productive receiver, and for some reason, Florida's lightly utilized him. He got more shine in this game. Florida, again, going to send 2 out here, 2 receivers out, except this time, they're going to start taking advantage of the fact that Tennessee is playing a lot of what Kentucky would play, which they're going to bail their corners. Now, in this particular case, right, he's going to come down here and try to take away what he thinks might be this inside route, so they're playing tendencies before then passing off. But here, they're going to bail their corners, and when they're going to bail your corners and you have good pass protection, one of the hardest routes to defend is the comeback route or the hitch route. That's exactly what AR is going to hit here. He throws this ball perfectly on time, unfortunately just a little low. And that is unfortunate because look at the separation that Whittemore creates here. If this ball is thrown up higher, Whittemore is able to take this and potentially make a move. So I'm sure AR wants this ball back, but I love the pocket. I love the timing. He throws it before Whittemore breaks. Whittemore goes down and secures the catch, which is wise. Don't get cute here. Take the first down. The ball's higher. Make a move. But I like that Florida was able to hit a lot of these comeback routes on this day that really punished Tennessee for dropping off and covering over the top, which teams know, again, Florida wants to hit them big vertically. The adjustment by Napier was to have some of these comeback routes and use Florida's excellent pass protection to run these routes. So nice play there. All right, 1st and 10 now for Florida. We are back in the pistol with the 12 personnel. This has been Billy Napier's main operating offense at Louisiana. It has been Florida's worst enemy this season. We saw the play earlier we connected on. Let's see if Florida can do it again. We are going to run some play action right here. That's not my circle, that's CBS's, but that is the right place to look. We're going to run some play action here. There it is. Back is turned. So now he doesn't know what's happening on the back end, but this is going to be okay because Florida's going to run a double move, and Ricky is going to run an out and up here, and he is going to run this to perfection. So now let's just focus on Ricky for the rest of this play. And first, we're going to watch his route. He's got a sell that he's going in right here. Head fake to the middle. For you receivers out there, head fake, right? Head fake here to the center. Foot plant to the center. Let's move him some. Now we're going to move him. Now we're going to snap our head to the out route. Good hard turn. And now we're going to get our helmet around, selling the out route. We have now turned the corner around, which means he cannot see what's happening. He's watching the Jumbotron. He's in trouble. He has lost the thread. He's lost contact. He is at the mercy of Ricky Parasol. He's hoping it's an out route for his sake, so it's not worse. Unfortunately, here comes Ricky again to watch the helmet. We're going to look back, and now we're going to make a hard plant to drive ourselves forward, explode through this. A lot of times you'll see receivers round this up, allowing him to take an angle to catch you. Instead, make a drive plant so you can shoot yourself out, and there we go. His momentum is taken to the sideline, largely because he probably wants to go take a seat because he knows it's about to happen to him. He's not going to like this here on film. And now we are wide open, right? That's the definition of separation. And this is also the definition of a super clean pocket. Are you kidding me? Look at this. This is like 7-on-7 where they can't rush you. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. Now we're going to deliver a pass here that I think AR wishes was here, because if it's here, he walks into the end zone, and this guy feels this even more. Unfortunately, it's a little short, but also it's safe. You want to make sure you complete this pass. I have no problem with this. Great big play, chunk yardage for Florida, more chunk yardage for Florida, and all of a sudden a team that couldn't pass the football at all is throwing the ball all over the yard. Nice work by Billy Napier with the play design there, and a good job by Florida executing out of 12 personnel, and a good job by giving AR something that isn't really even a read in that situation, but is something that's just going to be a double move. Take advantage of the time the offensive line is giving you and run those double moves. All right, it's third down for Florida. We get the All-22 camera. Thank you again, CBS. Multiple All-22 angles this time, which we love. And we are going to get a classic mesh play. I love the mesh. We've been talking about on the podcast. We've wanted to see more of it, and here we go with the mesh. Here's AR again. Gets to keep his shoulders square, gets to open up and do what he does really well, which is make this read. Mesh play, of course, Mike Leach. This will make Mike Leach blush, right? This is the classic mesh. The air raid is built off this one play. It's where it all starts. And this is your mesh action. You want to see these guys be able to give a low five to each other here, which is going to happen. And then Whittemore is going to settle right behind him on a hitch route, putting pressure on these three zone defenders to make a decision. Typically, one's going to come down, and then he should take the hitch. But oftentimes, teams are going to mess this up. Then you're going to run, of course, this wheel here in case he wants to get involved in the action. But if your ARs, this is really simple. As a quarterback here, you're going to open up and you're going to stare at your mesh area. This is your mesh zone. You're just going to look here. That's what's nice about being a quarterback. You don't need any eye deception here. You're looking at this mesh because the defense has no idea who you're actually looking at yet. You're staring at the mesh point, and then you're basically going to get clarity right at this point. You're going to see what you have. Do you have this tunnel throw right down here? If so, let's rip it. If not, which one of these meshers do you like better, depending on where the defense is rotating? And AR sees that he has this window because he's going to come down here to take this, and he knows he's got what he wants for the first down, and there it is. Put the ball to this side of the field away from the defense, stick it right in there to Trent Whittemore, and we have got a nice first down with a classic mesh play and a clean pocket. Love it. All right, second and goal. Florida had not shown this yet this season to this level, and they're going to show it here. This is a really nice play design. We get a motion over by Zipperer, and now we have a numbers advantage here. Tennessee loading the box, expecting run. So Florida's going to run it even though they're expecting it. And why? Because you're able to use your receiver here. Take a look what we do. We're going to run him off and then get a block to seal here. And now here comes your running back as your lead blocker in Etienne. We're going to seal the edge here. And Etienne's going to get a clean out block there, and we're walking in the end zone on second and goal for an easy touchdown, putting Florida up 14-10 in the second quarter. Very, very nice design. All right, 3rd and 10 for Florida. Florida, again, has been very successful on these 3rd and longs. Tennessee is going to show cover one man. Again, I'd like to see some combo routes. So let's start up here and see if Florida's going to use these combo routes. We know the safety is going to be sitting on top of shorter side. We know Florida's been throwing these fade routes all the time to shorter, but for now, let's just watch the top of your screen. All right, I'm going to give this an X over here. I don't like these routes. Why? Because they're all individualized. There's no help with how we run them. They're going to go off your screen, but there is no help between these routes against man. I don't like that. So let's go away from that. I don't like that. So we're going to play matchup ball again. AR is obviously going to come down here to shorter. Shorter's opening up for the fade route. It looks like that's what we're going to hit. Again, this seems like something Florida's tried and is not going to get, except this time we add a nice little wrinkle, which is, in fact, the comeback. So I'm going to call this play a success, despite the fact that up on the top we had nothing there. We were going here the whole time. I showed you earlier that if a defender's back is turned, he's not playing defense. You want this ball to be behind him. This is a very good play on 3rd and 10. If you're going to run a matchup-based play, once you get a tendency for how teams are playing you, take advantage of this. This should be easy money all day long, and it is for Anthony Richardson and Shorter, making quick work of this for a first down. We get a nice angle here, field angle here, right behind the quarterback. Take a look at AR, open up, lock the safety, glue the safety in, freeze him there, move your head towards your target, drive your right foot, clear some space. He didn't actually get pressure here, but he's going to clear space here. Why? Because he knows he's throwing this ball here. This little slide over is going to make this throw that much easier. He's going to throw this ball before Shorter's turned. Shorter is turning. He's already throwing. Shorter is turning right now. The timing on this is absolutely perfect. Defender on the ground. Shorter breaking back to it, right on him. First down. That's excellent quarterbacking by Anthony Richardson. A totally different guy from what we saw in week 2 and week 3. I saw quite a few comments that Florida's offensive line struggled in this game. They were not winning the line of scrimmage in the run game. Again, I mentioned that's generally not true. Florida, in fact, would typically just have one player that didn't quite win their one-on-one matchup, or plays would have been big. And this is a good example of what you may see on television. You think your team is getting owned on the line of scrimmage. And let me show you this. Okay, right now, this looks really bad. Whew, we're getting beat bad. They're pushing us back. But Florida is running this play on purpose. It's a trap play. And Florida is trying to come out here. And this is actually going to be really nice. Take a look at what we have building here. The only problem is Kingsley's not supposed to get blown up this much. He's going to take this too far back, right? So you want to let these guys come in, and then you want to seal them in here. So we're trying to take them right in this little funnel and create this window, but you can't get blown up so far back that you basically go right into your running back right here, and you ruin that. So if that doesn't happen, then Montrell's already here, and look at how the rest of this plays out. We got a block here. Montrell's coming here. We got a block over here. We got a block here. This might be a big play on 2nd and 10, and instead, it's a tackle for a loss. So again, Florida's one player away there from having a really good play. So on film, I just look at this as Tennessee makes a nice play one-on-one there, but the play design is solid. It's a nice time to call that play. And if you're watching on television, you're thinking, oh man, our O-line just got dominated. Yes, Kingsley did, but everyone else actually won the battle there. So I expect Florida's execution to only increase under the Napier era and regime, especially when it comes down to run blocking. Here's a nice example again of Florida just being one player away. It's a different player. It's rotating players. One player away from having a great play. All right, there's been a lot of good stuff I've shown you on film. This has been Napier's best game to date, and this has got to stop. This drives me crazy. We talked about this before already. I'm not going to cover it for too long, but here comes what looks to be potentially offsides. It's not. Florida's O-line is going to snap the ball and act like Florida State did of yesteryear. Florida State yesteryear did this. I love to make fun of them for it. I hate this technique. It just is not, to me, the best thing to do for this reason. It's 3rd and 11, and now you have your offensive line standing still. They're just going to hang out and, hold their yoga pose. And then you're going to get Montrell. It's like, okay, well, I got to block all these guys, so AR gets a shot here. I'm going to at least take one out. That's Byron. I'll take out the best guy. And now AR is like, okay, I'm just going to run and throw this away because what else can I do? And so the goal here by not moving is you're going to say, we don't want a false start. Well, great. Your reward is he wasn't offsides, and now on 3rd and 11, you have no chance to convert this. I'd rather false start and have 3rd and 16 occasionally than this, or if they do jump offsides, you get a free play, and you're still blocking them. And if they don't jump offsides, then you're running your play. So this is rarely ever used in college or the NFL. Very few people like it, and some offensive coordinators and offensive line coaches generally, in this case, like it. And I don't like it. I'm on record not liking it, and I just don't like it for the reasons we've seen already. This needs to be retired. Just stop this. If you think it's a good idea, let's stop getting so cute. It just is not a great idea. Again, the risk reward of this does not make sense analytically. Let's stop that, please. All right, last play we saw, Florida ran the offensive line stay still play and then punted Tennessee to the 1. They drove all the way down the field, scored with basically no time left in the second half. Florida took the kickoff, went to halftime. Then Tennessee got the ball, scored again. So this game was a 14-10 Florida lead. Now it's a 24-14 Tennessee lead. That's a 2-for-1 and hugely hurtful by Tennessee for the Gators. So how is Florida going to respond with their first play? They're going to take a home run shot that they would have hit. So we're in the pistol again. We're in 12 personnel again. Now we're going to run this, and this time he is going to turn his back, right? We don't see this often. We see this far fewer. He is going to turn his back, but he is going to locate much more quickly. So although he turns his back, here's his pre-snap, already has a look, quickly is going to locate. So he's getting better at this. This is a much better play fake by Richardson. He's much quicker to come to where he needs to look. And unfortunately here we get Byron doing some work on Xander. This is a very tough matchup. Again, this is their most disruptive pass rusher. Tough matchup here. And then we get Garage losing a battle here. Right away starts off correct. Go ahead and help out Ethan. Then bump out to your widest man, right? Because they're going to blitz their edge corner there. Bump out. That should be an easy matchup for him. He just doesn't get a great step. And now we're going to get a face mask here, which is going to negate this play. But either way, both of them are going to get to the spot. Both of them are going to get to the spot. And if they don't get to this spot and we seal this off, this is going to be a huge play. It goes for nothing. Florida's going to lose a bunch of yards here. But let's take a look at the end zone cam, and I want to show you how big this play is going to be. It's a really nice call by Billy. Here's your play fake. Eyes up. Going to take a look at the safety. Where's my coverage? What do I have? Obviously, I have no one here. This is looking pretty good. Get the right foot in the ground. Clear a little space. Set. Now it's time to drive and throw. Now, I don't love this footwork he's kind of operating with here. And again, it's one reason why he's not super comfortable with this footwork here. This is not clean, right? This is not clean. He's sort of just kind of moving around here. Now he's just going to kind of lean back and throw this. That is not clean footwork. Another example of the fact he just does not do this. This is not something he's done a lot of. This is not his fault here, by the way. But the footwork's not clean. You can see the difference. But here, what is clean is how wide open Shorter is. This guy's grasping for him. Please let me hold you. Let me tackle you, because I'm pretty sure the ref is not on my team, and I know the power T can't tackle you. This is not good. Richardson's eyes are huge. I have got a touchdown here in one play. We're right back in this game, and unfortunately can't get it off. But look at the separation here. I mean, he is gone. And unfortunately, this play goes for a penalty and a repeat of first down. So a huge opportunity there for Florida. But look, when I'm breaking down film, this is another win. It's another wide open receiver. It's another big play and more chunk yardage. This is what you want to see. 1st and 22 for Florida. I like this play call. Like we talked about, basically punishing teams when they're going to run certain coverages. You know teams love to run cover 3 against Florida, especially when they set the field narrow like this, which I don't love. But if you're going to set the field narrow and you know a team's going to bail this corner, he's got to run with the deep route. Let's get into his feet and run a hitch. And here comes Ricky on the far side. He's going to get into his feet up here. This ball's going to come out perfectly. Look at the clean pocket AR has, right? Take a look at the footwork again. Watch the difference here, footwork-wise. Boom, stop, drive, throw. That's perfect. He's very comfortable with this kind of action, and he sticks this ball to Ricky. Really nice completion. Great separation. Ricky got into the feet of the corner as he was dropping, which allowed him not to break down on him. It's exactly what you wanted. Really nice play. Good work by Napier and the staff to recognize that they were going to be able to hit these deep comebacks, these deep pitches. These are routes you can run very effectively if you're getting good pass protection, which Florida has been getting. 2nd and 6 for Florida. AR is going to check this play when he sees how Tennessee's lined up. He's going to check this run play to the weak side. Let's get everyone on the same page. Florida did a really nice job executing their offense on the road, by the way. It was a loud, hostile environment. Tennessee did a really nice job of this for the most part, especially being such a young team. And Florida now, Tennessee's geared up. Tennessee's coming here. Tennessee's all in on the run coming this way. Florida's going to sell this, and then we're coming out the back door over here on 2nd and 6. And there goes Naquan Wright for a really nice first down pickup. So nice check by AR and nice first down pickup. 2nd and 8, and the classic mesh route is back again, and I am all here for it. This time we have Zipperer running it and Xavier Henderson, and now Shorter is going to be your hitch man. AR is going to come back, read the mesh point. Take a look, read the mesh point. Here's Byron wreaking some havoc. Barber gets a hand in here, does a nice job to reroute him off the spot so AR can climb. Excellent job here with this pocket. Now he reads his mesh point, right? He's got his choice of who he wants to hit. At this point in time, AR should just throw this ball here to Zipperer. He has it. He's going to wait for this and throw it late, which is fine. Not ideal, not optimal. Again, I think in the film room you want to say right here, your right foot plants. Right foot plants, read your mesh window. As soon as you get a feel that this is here, he's beat, he's here, take this throw. Don't risk this by stepping up. You don't need to step up here, right? Don't need to do this. Go ahead and sling that thing out there, take your first down. Either way, nice play. Love to see the mesh. Good conversion. 1st and 10 for Florida on the 20. Florida's going to take a shot here. They're back in the 12 personnel. Again, Napier's favorite offense. This time we're going to run some crossers, so some simple crosses. We're going to try to get in the way here I like the idea here. If you execute this perfectly, the idea is that you can create some trouble for these two defenders. Florida's not going to create this trouble. They are, however, going to send Naquan Wright on a backside wheel. And this is AR again. I think this is where he struggles. Back to the defense. Flip around. We're going to set him over here to the right side where we know he's going to get some pressure. Set around. Get your head around. There's his head around. He's looking now. Now, do you like this read? If you don't like this read, go to your check down. There's your check down, who, by the way, is wide open. Nobody is covering your check down. But he's going to sling this. He's going to take a shot. Does he have a little window here? Sure, he's got a little window here. He's got some small window here, right? It's 1st and 10. Take a shot. Ultimately, this is not going to happen. This is good defense. Now, why do I show this? Because you're going to see Naquan right here is wide open. And again, I'm pretty confident that AR has been struggling to see. Well, I'm pretty confident because film says so. He's been struggling to see his checkdowns to the running backs. It's been a big hole in his game this year. There's multiple plays we're going to show you before this film session ends. You've seen it all year long. He needs to get better at coming down to his check down more quickly. I know he's got a great arm. I know he can make some sensational throws. But as these plays get put on film and we start to see these guys more open, he needs to start hitting them so that we can open up, again, those routes over top. If teams know you're going to hit this check down, it's going to put their corners in a quandary and they can't just start bailing off deep. But here, everything looks good. Instead, if that's not looking really nice, you have a check down. His arm goes up here. You have a check down. You have Naquan Wright. I'm circling the screen like crazy because I want to see Florida hit this. But instead, we miss. So another nice play design because a wide open guy that's going to be a touchdown. That is a good play design and a miss on execution. It's 3rd and 5, and I have no idea why Florida chooses to run the wild Gator here. It doesn't make any sense. Teams are practicing for this type of stuff every single snap against AR. It's what we run anyway. All sorts of zone reads, orbit motions, jet sweeps, etc. So putting Montrell here, and I know the AR is not fully healthy and you're trying to get closer for a 4th down, just seems like maybe you're saving Anthony Richardson's body. But to me, I didn't love it at the time, and I don't love it on film. Tennessee is not going to be surprised by this. This kind of stuff works a lot better when you have a quarterback who is immobile and you're trying to give a team a look for something they're not practicing. But in this case, Montrell really has nowhere to go here, gets bottled up, picks up, a yard or two, but this play seemed like very low value. All right, 4th and 3, and Tennessee's going to go cover 0. Here we go in the cover 0. Florida all year long has struggled to punish teams going cover 0. By struggled, I mean they haven't really done anything to punish them. And here Florida is going to punish them here with a nice bunch design. This is where bunch is really good. If teams want to play 0 on you, you can spread it out, but if you're spreading it out, you're playing man. You have to beat somebody, and spreading has its advantages. You can run combo routes. You can obviously do a bunch of other things. You can just run simple things like a Y cross, which they'll do in the NFL if your athlete is better. But bunching is a great way to get a much easier throw, and Florida's going to use it here. You can already see that Tennessee's struggling to identify who they're taking. Lots of pointing. I'm not sure who has who. Lots of issues going on. He has no idea who he's taking. And because of that, Florida's going to slip out very easily here. Montrell and Zipperer. Now, this should not happen, right? We should not be having 2 guys in the same place. We've totally won on this play. We have 2 guys in the same place. But aside from those 2 guys, focus for a second here on Henderson. Henderson's running a clear out route, something we had talked about in last week's breakdown. I'd like to see more routes that basically are run to get in the way. This is legal, and this is great. He's now taking away the sliding defender. He's going to make this a guarantee. Really clean pocket. Great job by the offensive line. They're going to get their 5th man free, but that's okay. This is a quick game play. Richardson stands tall, throws right over the top. Don't underestimate that throw. And then Montrell does the right thing and doesn't try to one-hand this ball, which he's tempted to. Heads up play there by Montrell. Easy conversion by Zipperer for the 1st down. Again, Florida had 4 or so occasions in this game where they had receivers right next to each other. They got to clean that up for sure, but it's another 4th down and another wide open receiver. So that's a big check for the play call and play design. All right, 3rd and goal for Florida. Nothing special here. Florida telegraphing by AR's foot position that we're running the quarterback sneak here. Try and stop us. AR scores. Everyone knows he scores. He's laying in the end zone. This seems to be a touchdown, except for the officials who had to review this, but it is a touchdown, and Florida now firmly back in the game, down 24-21. Tennessee scores seemingly immediately, going up 31-21. And now Florida's back at it. This is going to be a run fake play out of the pistol. This seems not so great in this situation. I'm not going to like this play call because teams are going to keep bringing this edge pressure. They don't want AR to escape. They definitely don't want him to escape out the right side. And this is what I call a hero play that goes unnoticed. I mean, He is dead. Most quarterbacks, that's a safety. And instead for AR, that's an incompletion. And that is a huge play, right? That gets a big, solid check mark from me. That's a great play that might go unnoticed, but not unnoticed here on this film review. Great job by AR managing a very bad situation. 3rd and 9, Florida's going to be successful again with a run on the same down and distance like they were earlier in the game, pretty much on the same play. We're going to send Xavier across. Here goes your Rip Liz concept. We're going to switch those two. They call it out. He now goes out of the area we want to run the football into. Stop me if you've seen this before. And this is definitely what you want to see, right? This is what you want to see as an O-line coach. Things are looking good here. Let's go forward. And then you're going to get ETN making a man miss. There he is, up the sideline for a nice conversion on 3rd down and 9 at a critical time in this football game. 4th and 2, Tennessee is in cover 0 yet again. Cover 0, locking up here. There is no safety. Of course, we know the guy is going to be shorter. Florida loves that. Let's check the rest of the routes, see if we like them here. Let's see what we do here for the rest of the routes. They're all individual routes. I don't like them. Now, again, if you've got Kadarius Toney or Kyle Pitts or some of these guys, you can run whatever individual route you want. But this is too simple here. Essentially, the ball's going here the whole time. So, don't love that again. However, if you're going to play a matchup game, you better win your matchups. And now that Florida has shown in the past that they've run, right, this comeback route, this does add an important wrinkle. Now the cornerback's head is turned again. Okay, he's turned, and now look at him. He's going to engage pretty far down the field because he is thinking this is a comeback route. And he's going to lose control because Shorter is going to keep on going. And at this point in time, he knows he's in trouble. Super clean pocket here. AR is going to throw this ball on time. I said he's been throwing these early. This time he's going to throw it on time. Shorter's now about 10, 12 yards down the field. That's when you want to throw this pass, not immediately. It's a much better situation here for AR, and because of that, he's going to throw a nice ball. Not perfect. This is the one where you have the separation on him. But, as we said earlier, don't err on perfect, because if you have to come back and get it, he's still going to pass interfere. The goal here is it's 4th down. You want to get this 1st down. If it's 1st down, maybe you take a shot and try to run him in the end zone, right? But you want to convert this. Underthrown is good. This is a nice pass here. Drops right in the bucket. Shorter converts. Florida's moving on. Another 4th down conversion from Florida and another open receiver. Again, it's matchup based, but this time you'd already put the comeback on film, and now you get them with that go route. So a nice progression. Would I like to see some other routes again that are more combo oriented, that are going to help? Yes. However, right call when you get that kind of separation. Great work by Shorter. Nice ball by AR. High leverage moment. High leverage play. Another crucial 3rd down as Florida is fighting to stay in this football game. And Florida is going to make another adjustment here. Why? Because this is simple numbers, right? We have 4. Tennessee has 2, maybe 3 that can make this play. Let's see how it plays out right away. Here we go. I want you to pay attention to this play because it's going to matter later, by the way, quite significantly. But for now, focus on it because here comes Kingsley around the edge. We're getting a nice block here. Tennessee is not going to pursue. They're going to try to slide across rather than go up the field. And now we're out and we're in business. Lead block from Zipperer. We've got offensive linemen pulling. We've got Naquan leading the way, just like we saw ETN. Little chip there from Naquan, and AR picks up the 1st down with a similar action we saw earlier. So Florida being very successful on that run to the right play when Tennessee's numbers are not right over there. Nice work by Napier. Good call. 1st and 10, Florida again needs to score here. We're going to present Xavier in an orbit motion. It's going to bring action down here and up there like we've been covering. This is going to be a great block. Check out Barber here. He's going to drive this and just obliterate him out of the play. Then we're going to get a nice 87 is going to come across here, right? It's going to settle here and kick out anything he sees, but there's no need to kick this out because he ate this fake with Richardson. Again, teams love to do this. And if teams want to take away Richardson and you can get this action going with the numbers on your side with space like this, you want to do it. There it is. And we are out to the weak side. We're off and running. Naquan, of course, wishes here he could make a better move. It's a pretty pedestrian move there, Naquan. I know you got more than that. That's a corner out there. He doesn't want to tackle you. Either way, good gain on 1st down for Florida. And Florida's in business. All right, 1st and 10 now for Florida. Driving. This point in time, even a field goal is going to put you within 1 score. You're in the 4th quarter. It's right where you want to be. Your defense is not where you want it to be, but you're still in this football game. And we're going to go back to the well because once again, this looks like Florida has 4 Tennessee has 4, but as long as we can get a good start to this play, things should be okay for us, and here we go. We're going to drive him out. Here comes Kingsley, as we saw, pushing around. Going to get a touch here from Torrance, and all AR has to do is take the edge over here. We're good, AR. Ride out just like you have been, and if you do, here's our blockers coming out here. This is going to be a nice play. Several yards could be bigger. Instead, AR is going to decide to take this lane, which is not a lane. That's not where this play is going, right? You can tell this quite simply because take a look at what Garage is doing here. He's just trying to get inside his shoulder so that he can't come across and make a play. He does that successfully. He allows himself to get run through this gap, which is what he's doing. He's just making sure he can't make a play. He's gumming up this area because he knows the play is going here. Unfortunately, for the second time in this game, we're going to see AR choose to go rogue. He's not going to follow this play. Why? I think he gets some pressure here and perhaps feels like maybe this guy's going to come get him, but he's not going to get him. He's going to make this around. Either way, follow your blockers. Be patient. If he does get through, it's not your fault. Sometimes when you're too athletic, it hurts you, and then there comes the ball. There's the pain right there. Pain right there. You don't want to see that happen. You hate to see it. Tennessee scoops it up, and Florida, after a really nice drive, loses a ton of momentum. Here's a look from the end zone cam right here. Where is it? Come on, end zone cam. Where are you? I'll show you in a second then. Well, it turns out I won't show you because I didn't have that angle. So my apologies. Either way, if AR runs to the right there, much better play. All right, 3rd and 14 now. Florida is absolutely on the ropes. 7 minutes left. Neyland is rocking. Tennessee fans are feeling it. They're looking for their second win in 18 years. They can taste it. Florida seemingly already out of this game. This just feels like garbage time. Of course, that's not going to turn out to be the case. But this 3rd and long could simply end it. Florida here is going to face zone from Tennessee, and they're going to run hitches. We're going to run hitches here across the board, something Billy ran a lot at Louisiana, right at the sticks. This is a perfectly fine play call, and it's going to work. And in fact, it would have worked both ways. The first read here would be to Shorter, who gets a nice inside release to create for him the window. And then AR is going to feel some pressure here from none other than Byron, who's been all up in our backfield and our business. Barber's going to just, Barber does a nice job here, just continuing to chuck him at least off the spot so AR can step up. There's pressure still here. We're having to leave the mark. And because we have to leave the mark, AR's got to escape out to the right, where he's going to miss his shorter ball, which would have been the easy preferred read. And now he's going to do a really nice job throwing across his body and diming one there to Xavier Henderson. Now here you're going to see it from this angle. Shorter's going to have a lot of space here. Linebacker's going to open up this way. This is a very easy ball. If we don't get pressure here, if this is sealed off like we see with the rest of the line here, then this is going to be an easy step right here and throw to Shorter for the conversion. As it stands now, he's going to escape the pocket, keep his head up, eyes downfield. Here's his 2 hitches. There's his 2 hitches here and here. He's going to wait. This defender's going to come down, open up. He's moving out here and stick this ball right there to Henderson. Nice first down on 3rd and 14. Great pocket presence to move through it. Way to keep your eyes downfield, AR. All right, 1st and 10 for Florida now. Florida's still driving, still trying to find a way to score. There's your play fake. And here comes a play we've already seen. If you bet this is going to be this post-corner action, you are betting correctly. Here's your check down, right? Look at the space here. It's nice to see this on film. This is one of your best athletes with a lot of space if you need it. AR is going to open up here. Let's watch AR's footwork. Again, he's comfortable with this. Play fake. Eyes already downfield on the safeties. This is what he likes to do. You can kind of see that bounce in his step. He's comfortable. 2-man route combo, something we've really struggled with in this situation. Now running the same double move, and now again, both guys are open, right? This is open here, this is open here. I don't like the spacing here. The spacing is definitely not right. They should not be this close to each other, right? This is not ideal. This is a great ball from the far hash all the way across the field. The safety cannot get there. Only Shorter can, and a huge chunk yard completion yet again for Anthony Richardson and the Gators. Obviously, he goes on to have a career passing day. Really nice stuff here. All right, 4th and 2. A lot of work here for Florida to get all the way down here. Are they going to be stymied again? They were just down here earlier. We certainly hope not. Florida now is going to attack this nub side, nub tight end. Going to attack this side here. We're going to show a split zone this way. But we're going to double team Byron here, number 6, which is smart because he's been wreaking havoc on us. We're going to double team this and take our chances. Let our play fake is going to suck him in and get these guys trapped. And if it doesn't, and he holds the edge, we're dead. This play is over. And instead, take a look here. Barber has some trouble, loses this battle to the inside. He's able to wrestle him away, though. He can't trip him up. And now we've done our job. We're sealing the edge. It's a foot race to the outside. The double team works. Montrell Johnson is in the end zone. Florida is going to score, put themselves down 11, where we are now going to go for 2. All right, so why go for 2 here? Well, simple. The expected value of going for 2 is better. We explain this significantly in the podcast, but if you get this first 2-point conversion, it allows you then to still have to do the same things you have to do, which is score another touchdown and kick a field goal. In doing so, kicking that field goal will give you the victory. If you don't get this 2-point conversion, you go for the next one. If you get that one, you kick a field goal and you tie. This action does only slightly increase your expected value. It's about a 1% or so increase in your winning percentage, so it's not significant. You can argue either way. The math does favor such a strategy. This was not reckless or insane. Again, we talk about this far more in depth in the podcast. We talked about it last year as well. We frequently talk about this concept because you're seeing it employed more and more. This, though, has been on the 2-point conversion chart for like 25 years. So this is not unknown. Very few coaches do it because a lot of coaches don't really want to believe in the math of football. They believe more on gut feel or what's comfortable. And sometimes going for 2 is not comfortable. What I want to look at is this play design because that's what matters most to me. First up top, we have a 3-on-2, so you're not going to go here. I actually like the route combination they're running here. They're going to run some rub routes here, and I like this. So I'm going to give them a check mark there, but we're not going to go there. So AR immediately is going to go where he should go first, which is here, where you're going to have a hook route here or a hitch route from Zipperer, and then you're going to have a route here right over the top into the space where you're going to have the safety step up into it. Should be inside this safety who's sitting here, and you're going to funnel yourself right over the top. Now, what's confusing about this is Zipperer is going to create some space here by shoving his man into the throw window, and then he's going to try to catch the ball. And that's confusing to me. This is confusing to me. If you want Zipperer to hold your defender down here, then ideally you want him to just hitch right here. You want him to hitch right there. Stop right there. Stop. Stop here. Set here. That way, if that defender goes back to try to play in between them both, you just stick one in here to Zipperer. And if he stays short on him, then you throw one over the top. So this spacing is wrong. This is wrong. I don't know if it's designed that way. I have to imagine it can't be designed that way, but it's not run correctly. And then Zipperer compounds his problems by tipping it. If he doesn't tip it, Shorter has this, and Florida's in business. It's still going to work, and it bounces off his shoulder pad and falls short. Lastly, the check down ball is here to ETN as well. This is the defender checking ETN. He's facing this way. He's gone. That's a walk-in. So if you're Anthony Richardson, you got to love this throw. You have to love this. And right now, you can't love this with this action. Now, this ball's there. He gets it there, right? He does get it there. I'll give him that. That's going to be a 2-point conversion. I'm not going to put a lot of blame on him here. He's got a great pocket and he's nice. But with a 2-point conversion, you got to love it. And if you don't love it, you owe it to yourself to check your check down because your legs are so good with this kind of time. The worst case scenario in a 2-point conversion is you're like, I don't really love that. Let me look at my check down. Okay, let's say I don't love that. Well, now I'm going to buy time. Right, and you see Mahomes do this all the time on these short yardage plays. Now I'm going to run around and buy time. We're going to play sandlot ball. Extend the play as long as you can if you don't love it. But mainly my fault with this is what happens here. This really ruins this play, and it's obviously very hurtful to Florida, as we know the ending. But they do not convert it. They're down 11 and not 10 or 9. Florida gets a stop on 4th and 3 against Tennessee, their first stop in seemingly years in this particular football game. They do get a stop. They're now down 11. They have the football. There's not a lot of time left, a little over a minute. They've got to drive down here quickly. And right out of the gate, we're going to see a play that I really like. Florida is going to run this out of a 3-receiver set. We've seen a lot of these sets, of course, being run with just 2 vertical routes, but now we're going to send 3 vertical routes out, and we're going to send a mesh concept deep. I love this concept. Mesh route here. Really good stuff. Why is this so good? Why is the mesh route so good? Why would Mike Leach talk about this for 3 hours at a football conference? Because this is why. Here's your dropper. I want you to see what happens. He opens up and he IDs Shorter. He sees him. Okay, Shorter's coming. He's crossing. I got to look there, right? I see him. Okay, there he is. Now he's going to turn his head to the quarterback. Well, Anthony Richardson is going to be looking at the mesh. That's not going to give him any information. That's what's so beautiful about this play. The quarterback's just going to stare at the mesh, right? Now he's going to look to his left and see what he's got here. Okay, I've got Ricky coming. Now let's focus on number 10. Number 10 looks, opens. Okay, I've got an in-breaking route here. Now I'm going to snap my head to the quarterback. He's passed through my zone. I'm going to ID what the quarterback's looking at. Okay, the quarterback's looking here in the middle. I'm going to rotate my hips here towards the middle. He's looking at the middle. That's why this play is so good. It takes your own natural movement actions and it works against you. He's just staring at this mesh point, and now he knows because of his action opening to the middle that he's got a ton of grass over here. You're going to hold this defender down low by putting your check down here. Richardson's going to handle this perfectly. Stare at the mesh, plant the right foot. Look at the right foot drive at Richardson right now. Drive the right foot, climb the pocket. Great job by the O-line. Now we're going to lose this feed right here with this Home Depot logo, but this ball's going to come out perfectly on time, right in here for a big gain to shorter. So really, really nice stuff. Great play design, and yet another excellent play by Florida through the air. 2nd and 10, we've seen this play before. We talked about how open the check down was, and here it is again. They're going to run the same post corner action we saw earlier in the game. It's going to go off your screen. Play fake, square down the field, eyes already on the target. He's not turning his back. He's very comfortable. Little bounce in his step. You can just see how much he likes this, right? Bounce in his step. I'm feeling it. I'm confident. Opens up right away. Going to read one, going to read two. See, those are all covered, right? Climb the pocket. Take a look at this here. Drive through, get in the pocket, and then bam, stick this check down. Whoop, check down right here. Do I love this? No. Get it a bounce. Right, 47 seconds, 46 seconds. You're thinking maybe you split them. Maybe no one's left back there. Now there's someone else here. There's a lot of defenders here. Let's just get it a bounce and save that 4 or 5 seconds. Either way, an easy pickup for Florida. Very safe and simple throw using plays you've run earlier in the game. Nice recognition by Napier. Great call. Good execution by the quarterback there in AR. All right, 2nd and 10. We talked about Kyle Trask earlier. I'm somewhere up here watching this game, like right up here. I think that's me. All these Gator fans left, but I'm still here. I got my eyes on it, right up there. Blimp view, baby. Anyway, Tennessee fans are all there. They're ready to celebrate this moment. Florida wants to spoil it, and this is going to be a great play by Anthony Richardson, channeling his inner Kyle Trask. Little motion there, jet sweep motion, little play fake. Again, eyes downfield, good protection. What are we getting here? Well, we're going to get a nice set of this. Let's watch his eyes. You can't see this, right? But you're going to have Ricky coming across here. You're going to have Shorter coming over here. Check down coming down here. And here's your other, this is really halfback middle route. And check down over here. So what happens is AR is going to open up. Watch his eyes. Watch his helmet. Read the safety. Read the safety. Read receiver 1, read receiver 2, drive the right foot. Do I like anything? No. Snap my head here. Now, right now, he knows what he has. All right? You've got Ricky settling down over here. There's a defender here in between Ricky and between our check down. That's what's going on here. Going to settle here. He sees it. It's not there yet because he's closer to Ricky. Now we're going to pull some Kyle Trask like magic because we have so much time because the O-line is going boss mode. ETN, by the way, is hungry. He's like ready for this ball. He's like, please feed me. I've been so open on these checkdowns. I want to just murder somebody with a sweep move. Please give it to me. Good technique, though, by the way. Show for your quarterback. You're there. He's going to open up. Little pump fake, right? Again, he knows what he's doing here. Open up. Little pump fake, which is going to drive the corner down. Pump fake. That's not him. Again, you can't see him. He's off the screen. Drive the corner down, open up, take a little space. Here he is. There he is. You saw him eat that, right? He's going to come into your screen. Take a look. Whoop. Oh, he's coming down. Oh, wait a minute. It's not going here. Zip this thing in here. I mean, that is an absolute missile of a throw. Zip this thing in there. Big conversion all the way down to the 3-yard line. Just a fantastic play by Richardson right there. Moving the sticks. Florida, time against them. Still down 11, but still fighting. This is a really nice play design here on 2nd down and goal from Florida. Tennessee going to line up in man defense. What looks like man defense early, then with the motion, they're going to bump into really a soft little zone. This is a great way to beat a zone here. Is Ricky Pearsall is going to give just a little stick here and then a little nod to the inside. Watch his action. Right here, eye contact with the receiver for the Tennessee back. Little step here. Move him this way. Clear the space. Whoop. And now we're in. Right? And Xavier and him are both in. These are both touchdown passes here. Easy money. Good route combinations. 2 open guys is what you want to see. That's a good play design. Easy money. We'll take that. Thank you very much. Florida now putting some pressure on Tennessee. Tennessee fans a little nervous. They've seen this movie before. They're not loving it. And a very important 2-point conversion looms. All right, 2-point conversion. This time, Tennessee is not going to play zone. They're going to play cover one man. Great opportunity for Florida to show off their route combinations. A very simple one in this situation that I like is a double slant here, rubbing off this defender, coming underneath, right? Classic, simple, easy, safe throw. You get a mobile quarterback. You simply take him here, set him at the pocket right here, bam, sling this thing in there. It's a million other things you can do rather than just that, but that's one of my favorites in this situation. Either way, Florida's going to like to do something I don't like, and I'm going to show you these route combinations. First of all, we're going to send shorter on a fade route. That's really not going to happen in this scenario. It's a low percentage play in general. That's just a decoy, which means we're working over here. His first look is going to be zipper. I don't love this first look because there's almost no way, well, I don't hate it, I should say that. The first look here, if it's going to be zipperer with your safety in the middle, which is why I generally don't love it, you got to help defender there, it's got to be if they blitz. So if they blitz, if he sees an all-out blitz, he knows he's got to work this route quickly right to the middle. Bam, jam this in there, right? That's what he's looking at. They didn't blitz, though. Simulated pressure, right? So they're going to bring 5, which is, they're going to bring some pressure, but they're not bringing 6. It's not all out. You got enough blockers here. You're good to go. You're going to pick this up. Nice pickup right here in the air, right? Let's check that. Nice pickup. You got enough there. The problem here is the routes you're running, a little slant maybe, a little slant here from Xavier. Zipper is going to come to the inside, right? So he's not going to be there because he's 3-on-1. Now you quickly have to come off of this to your next receiver here. He's going to stick on this too long. This is dead. That's dead. Get off of that. You're 3-on-1. Come to your next receiver. Now he comes to his next receiver, which is Ricky. That's dead. Now he's got to come to his last receiver here, which he does, which is Henderson, and give him the ball he tries to catch. Now, obviously, if you're Henderson, you want to run a much better slant route than this. And you could also run a clear out slant, right? In the NFL, you'll see this a lot. If you love this guy's slant route ability, just run this clear out slant and man, bam, kill him. That's like easy money. But you got to win. And Xavier's not going to win. Xavier Henderson needs to get into the feet of this defender. Put him at your mercy. By stopping early, you allow him to then explode off his foot and drive down on top of you, right? If you're Henderson, you want to get into his feet. Get in here, mix them up, and then run your slant route, and you've got a 2-point conversion as it stands. Florida does not get this. It's a nice attempt by AR to fit this ball in there. Doesn't fly. Now Florida has to get the onside kick and a touchdown, which obviously hurts very badly. The dreaded 0 for 2 when going for more expected value with a 2-point conversion. It's worth showing this onside kick because it's absolutely so filthy. DeJuan Black's going to pick this up. Perfect kick here by Adam Mielek. Look at this one-handed snag, right? Coming up here to take this. Tennessee's like, I got this. We're celebrating our second win in 18 years. Nope. We're shot out of a cannon, and here we go. Of course, you cannot return onside kicks. Wherever you recover it is where you get it, unless the team were to get it and then fumble, which is not the case here. So Florida will have to go back and start where he originally grabbed it. But a huge special teams moment for Florida in this game, setting them up with 16 seconds and a chance here for the win if they can get in the end zone. All right, 1st and 10. If you're going to see a team back this far off of you, then obviously what you want to do is take the throw they're giving you, right? It should take about 6 to 7 seconds to complete this down the field. Florida is going to do this very, very wisely. Right foot sets, bam, sling it in there, put it to the outside so we can run it out of bounds. Check and check. 5 seconds go off the clock. We're at 11 seconds. We're moving within range. Really nice start here to this drive. Looks like the same look again, right? We got a corner that's way off. They're playing an umbrella coverage here. We have 11 seconds. If we can do another 5 or 6 second play, we can have 5 or 6 seconds left. I'm in the 25-yard line or so. Let's see if we can hit this again. This time AR steps up. The same look is there. Shorter turns in here, which I don't like. And I don't think Anthony Richardson expected him to do that as well. I think Richardson expected him to turn this to the outside so he'd be able to go out of bounds. He doesn't. This is a huge miss from Florida. This really hurts. You'd love to have one player from the 25-yard line. I'd also like to see this play being run where Shorter just bends this to the outside. There's no reason for him to take this inside at all. If you have to hit the inside guy, hit him. They're going to give that to you. Florida has no timeouts, but the clock will stop and you can spike it here. No need to have the spacing here. Something Florida needs to work on for the future. Right idea, wrong execution. Again, put him over here, catch this football right away, and go out of bounds with 5 or 6 seconds on the clock. on the 25-yard line. Florida misses a huge opportunity there to be in business on the 25-yard line when you can really run any kind of play before the pressure probably gets to you in most situations. All right, this is your ball game. 6 seconds left. Of course, Florida's well within Richardson's arm range. Tennessee is going to play this pretty aggressively. They're keeping 6 here, and they're going to send all of them, one being a spy on Richardson. But they're going to send the 6. Here comes your Richardson spy. They're playing this aggressively. And unfortunately for Florida, if we block out the sides here, and here we go, Garage is going to lose his man a little bit, and then Barber is going to lose his man a little bit. And this is really unfortunate because if we don't, and here is Byron, again, right, just wreaking havoc. I told you you'd keep seeing him. Barber's going to lose him. Garage probably steers his man away if Barber holds his. AR climbs this pocket. I want you to imagine this. If we can hold this block here, right, again, Garage is going to steer his guy away. Anthony's going to get away from him. But if Byron's not there, if he's not there, AR stepping up here, and we're in business. He's got to throw somewhere. Someone's getting a shot. Instead, he's going to go down. Byron's going to end this game. The ball's not going to get there. Now, what's really interesting about this, like I just mentioned, is because Tennessee's committing 6 here, that means they only have 5 back, right? And Florida's going to have 4 going out. This is a dream situation 4v5, a dream scenario where you're at least going to get a one-on-one somewhere, and even 2-on-1 the shorter, you may like that, with an athletic quarterback running. Now, play doesn't work. Why am I focusing on this play as the end? There's something I'd like to see Florida do. It's something I would definitely do, and it is this. In this situation, let's keep your most interior player here, in this case Zipperer, and let's have him run this middle route right here. All right, maybe even right here. He's going to take the depth depending, but you want to get somewhere in this area. If they bring a blitz, he goes hot. He goes hot because, again, you're only going to throw a jump ball to one area anyway. He's going to go hot. He sees they blitz. He's going to go hot. He's going to go here. Richardson then right now is going to deliver this ball here. Now here's what's going to happen. Naquan Wright, or ideally your best athlete at running back, is going to follow out this side. AR is going to throw this pass, and he's going to follow out this side. All right, you're going to get a dual option on this play. You stick that play in there. Now we've got a completed pass. We've got a lot of space. There's only, keep in mind, there's only 5 defenders back here, right? They have to rally down. We got a lot of space. These guys are all out of the play. 5 defenders down here. We have an option here for this pitch. Zipper takes this ball. In the perfect world, they're going to send one down. We get a pitch to one of these guys. We're going to carry on down the field right here. Look at all the space, right? He's got to rally down. We're coming down the field. Get a pitch out here to one of these guys. You then bring Shorter back here as your wide receiver. Bring him back here. And as you pursue up the field, you have another option pitch here, attacking one defender on either side. Run up, pitch, touchdown. It's a nice option, especially if you get a team that wants to pressure you here, to have that in your toolkit. Are we getting creative? Yes. Is it a hard scenario at the end? Yes, but I'd love to see teams incorporate that, especially when you get pressure. It's an excellent way with a lot of football field out here to get a chance to score. As it stands, Florida with a very greedy comeback. They go down swinging. They took a lot of wind out of the sails for Tennessee. A lot of their fans were way more subdued than they would have been. Of course, they were still plenty pleased if they had beaten Florida. But it felt a lot better at 38-21 for them than it did at 38-33. All in all, it's a very long film breakdown. There was so much stuff to show you. This was Billy Napier's best game to date as a Florida offensive coordinator on this side of the ball. And I wanted to show you all the things he threw at Tennessee. I can only hope this holds more promise for the future. Anthony Richardson obviously looked very comfortable, very dynamic, and that is the silver lining from this game. The most important thing was going to be AR's play. If Florida wants to be good for now and in the future, they need him to play more like he did in this one. So that's all for now. Maybe sorry or not sorry, depending on how you like this breakdown for the length. But as always, I'm James from the Gator Nation Football Podcast, and I will be with you next time when I break down perhaps not Eastern Washington, unless there's a few plays that are there, but perhaps the next SEC game Florida plays. Either way, look forward to seeing you all next time.